Can you hear me?
Oh my God.
I am so sorry. I thought it was. I was thinking it's like 3:30 Nigerian time. I'm so sorry.
Actually, I'm
Okay.
even live, I think.
All right.
You know, this thing is new, so I was just like trying it. I don't know how many times I've deleted and come back. So I think the other one is already posted. And then the other one has come back. Yeah. Yeah. Thank God you're here. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're here. I was just wondering, like, maybe I was not so sure at the time.
Yes. I thought it was 3:30 Nigerian time,
Ah, okay.
like
No, no,
West
no, no.
African time.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. The problem is, I didn't ask the time that you have where you are and the time that I have here. Maybe that is why the miscommunication was.
Well, it's okay. We can start.
Okay, so we're just going to wait like for 3 more minutes, just at least 5 people to come through,
All right.
and then we can start. Okay, so 2 people already there. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for coming through to our live. So already like two
Yeah.
minutes down. I'm
Yeah. It's
so
okay.
grateful that you came anyway, Cherry.
You're welcome. We can just start because we're gonna post it on YouTube, so they will
Yeah, they can
start from
also
there.
like watch it afterwards, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
So please don't ignore my network. It's, I think, cutting on your side. I don't know if you can like hear me properly.
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that we're going to do is like to welcome everyone. Those who are going to come and watch later on, you're so welcome. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good time. So as you know, I'm Jacinta on this channel. Usually I do a lot of vlogs to do with Germany, life in Germany. So yeah, and today I've got someone beautiful here, beautiful lady who accepted my request to come and share with us, because I'm also one of those people who want to find out like how we can go and how we can travel to Europe, move to Europe with something very interesting, which is studies, which is a very, very good thing. So I'm going to ask her like a few questions and then we're going to get started. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, you're muted.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's the consequences of using the phone. Oh my God. This person keeps calling me. Okay, fine. Cherry, I'm going to ask you to like to introduce yourself, please.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Cherry, and I have a YouTube channel called Next Step with Cherry, where I talk about moving to Europe, like easier pathways that you can move to Europe with, like jobs, studies, free ways, and like less expensive ways. So I am so glad to be here with Jacinta, and I am hoping that we will do more videos about opportunities out there in Europe. And also, you guys will watch to the end of this video because we are going to tell you how you will study abroad for free or in a very, very low tuition. So you can stick around and watch to the end of this video.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction. As you heard, guys, she also got a very good YouTube channel, which is doing very well. You can go ahead and just check it out. It has got everything that you need to know, anything to do with studies. I really love your page because it helps a lot of people who want to come with studies and also work, which is a very,
Mm.
very good thing. So we're just going to go ahead because we've already like run out of time. So I'm just going to like be asking you questions and then you're going to respond and just explain a little bit of how to come to Europe with studies. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first question is, first and foremost, I want to find out, like, for example, like me, I do not know how I can come to Europe with studies. Like, how would you do that? Like, is it just that you can come with studies, or there are other ways that you can start with and then you go into studies? How is that? How can you explain that to us?
Well, it's going to Europe with studies is pretty easy. The same way you go to your university in your country with study, like you just apply and you get admission and you can go to that country. But of course, it might be a little bit tricky compared to the university at home because that their requirements might be much more a bit higher, but some of them might not be. Okay, for example, in our school, like let's say in Nigeria, you might not actually require to write motivation letter, reference letter, all those things, because they know that you're from here. But when it comes to Europe, they would like to know you more. They would like to know what you have done. They would like to know what you would want to do. They would like to know people that knows you, how they see you. So all those things are the things, those things are just the things that will help you to gain your admission. So the first step is just for you to gain that admission. When you get admission, then you can study in Europe.
Ah, that is very nice. So the first step is getting admission, isn't it?
Yes.
So the second question that I will ask is, how do we go about the process? Let's say I'm in Africa, or maybe I'm also in Europe. Okay, basically it's something who is somewhere out of Europe, and then they want to come here and do the studies. How is the application process? Do you just easily just go on the internet and just apply, or how is it?
Okay, so now here, this is where the thing or the job is tricky because if you really want to go to Europe, then you have to invest yourself with a lot of research. I would want to believe that anybody that moved, even with work or like study pathway or volunteer pathway or any pathway, you did sort of research. There must be a research. So one thing is for you to have that mindset that I want to study in Europe. And then another thing for you is to work towards that, and that is by research. So, what do I mean by research? First, which country do you want to go for? So, when you are able to put it like one, two, three, these are the three countries that are my priority or my list. These are the countries that I would want to go for. Then, why did you want to go for that country? Is it because of the tuition? Is it because of the course? Is it because, like, what do they have? Do they have the course that you want to go for? Is it because of the life after, like, talking about the permanent residence, like bringing your family? All these things are things that you will consider when choosing the university. So let's say, okay, I have choose the university, I have choose the country. I choose, for example, let's say I choose Germany, I choose, let's say, Finland, I choose maybe Poland, these three countries. Now I have Germany as my top priority, Poland as my second priority, and Finland as my third priority. So I'm first of all going to work with my first priority, which is Germany. So I'm going to go and search for the universities. What are the universities in Germany? What type of education system do they have? Because some of them might have public universities. So these public universities might be cheaper than private universities. Some of them might be the same money. It will be the same, the private and public, all of them are the same. So which one will you be going for? So when I found these universities, then I will invest myself in searching for the courses. So what are the courses they have that are in relation to what I want to do? And another thing is that when we are in Africa, we want to be a businessman. We want to be a lawyer. We just want to be something. Maybe we want to be an agricultural, whatever. But that is not how it works if you want to like really have a good life abroad. I think you will also testify to that
Yeah,
because here you will be searching for something that you are going to get work after you finish your study. So
yeah.
if you want to go maybe for water drainage system, think about it. It's not something that is in demand in that country. So you also need to think about those courses that you will probably get job after or before you finish your studies. So when you have found this course, this is the third step. Then you look at the requirements and you start gathering your documents, and then you can apply. So these are the steps that you can take, and then you'll be able to achieve that. If you jump this step, you will be confused, and because there are a lot of information out there, so it will be a bit confusing for you.
Okay, so she said a lot of things. Summary, it's more about you, like me as an individual who want to study, to research more what I really want to do, the marketable kind of studies that I want to do in that kind of way, isn't it? So yes, guys, you just
Yes.
hate it. We need to research more. So The other question is, are there like apps, or maybe you can just easily like go to Google and just search for the universities, because that's the first step that someone wants to do. Like, is how do I find that university that I want?
Yes. Okay. So let's use Germany, for example. So in Germany, for example, like I said, I've made my list and number one is Germany. So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to write list of public universities in Germany. Now Google will give you, you will see so many blogs, so many people, like so many websites that will bring out the list of the universities. So now it's left for you to do your compare and contrast. Probably you just look at it, you feel like, okay, this university might be like good. Another way to do it is like, you know, your course. For example, I want to study nursing and I will write something like BSc in nursing in Germany. It will bring out the universities.
Okay. I don't know what just happened. We lost our our guest. I don't know if it's her network. I think she's back.
If you guys can hear me. Okay, some country might have a designated website where you can just search for it straight. So all you need to do if you want to search for that designated website, let's say it's Germany, you can just say study in Germany. It will bring out a website where you can search all those universities. You say study in Finland, it will bring out Finland government website for study. You say study in Austria, it will bring out that. That is how you, these are the three ways. So first way is for you to just write list of schools or list of universities in Austria. It will bring it out. You can go for that one after the other. The second way is for you to write it with your course. You can say, let's say chemical engineering, masters in chemical engineering in Germany. It will bring out directly. And then the third way is just for you to say study in this, study in that, study in this. It will bring out the government website. So these are the three ways that you can go for that.
That's very interesting. So it's not really complicated for someone to find exactly why they want to study or what they want to study exactly. Everything is out there. Like for us, we just need to like search for it and put it as a priority, and we go for it. Yeah. So my second question is anything to do with scholarships. Like a lot of people want to study, want to apply for scholarships, because we all know like most of the universities are expensive and anything like that. So how can you advise? Like, are there scholarships in every university? How does someone find out like this university has got a scholarship?
Okay, so one thing is that I always advise my audience to first of all put your priority to number one, low tuition universities, because we might not have everything it takes to get that scholarship. And we might be trying year after year, year after year, year after year, which if we have used that years to gather a little bit money, we can go for a cheaper school or a cheaper place. So the number one that I usually tell my audience is find a cheap country, find a low tuition place. So talking about cheap country or low tuition place, we can list Germany as one of them. So forget about the proof of funding or the blocked account, which makes it like a little bit difficult for people. But looking at the tuition, it's affordable. It's almost like free education, comparing it with UK. So you look at places like Norway. Norway also have free education, just like Germany. So you look at places like Iceland. Iceland have really free education compared to like UK. So all these places, if you just like filter it and find the schools, the countries that are lower, you can start from there. Okay, let's say I want to go to UK because UK is what I want. I don't want all those places that I need to speak another language. Fine.
Yeah.
Then in UK, we have a lot of scholarships. We have a Chevening scholarship. We have Commonwealth Split scholarship. We have Commonwealth Shared scholarship. We have so many scholarships. Now, another thing about UK is that they also have these tiny, tiny discounts. So it is good for you to go for cheaper tuition school. It might not be cheap, but at least. So when you go for schools like £15,000 and along the line, they remove £5,000 as a like, they usually do it. They will just tell you you have a scholarship of £5,000. So they remove £5,000, you have £10,000 left. So some of these schools might ask you to pay the first installment of about 2,000 or 3,000. So with that, it's a bit lower. So you then have to source for fund to keep as your proof of fund and go to that. So that is another way that you can do it. But some of them might also have like full scholarships for some specific courses, or full scholarship for, like, let's say lower income countries, like some countries in Africa, they will also have scholarship for that. So it is left for us to like check those schools. It's very easy. You just have to search the name of the school. You go straight to their aid and finance or their scholarship, and you look at the past scholarship that they've offered. That is likely what they'll offer next year. So if they offered fully funded scholarship in computer science, master's or bachelor's in computer science, and you want to go for computer science, then you know that they will probably offer it next year. So you start now to like prepare yourself. Now, when it comes to other countries, let's say Norway, even though it's free education, they also offer school scholarships. So it's basically, like I said, when you go to each school's website, you go to their menu, you try to find a place they list tuition and aids, or tuition and grants, or tuition and scholarship. So that is where you will see if they have school scholarships. Most of them will not cover everything, but they will cover your tuition. So some of them will also give you like 50%. So they will give you 50% waiver from your tuition. So let's say your tuition is 5,000 euro per year. So if you get the 50 waiver, that is 2,500. And if you're paying upfront, that is half of 2,500. So basically you are paying really low tuition. So it's left for you to like do the research and the calculation and prepare yourself.
That is very nice. I think almost all the countries have got some discounts. You just have to find out like what they give in what way. Like you just have to inform yourself to know what kind of discounts are there. Because I believe even where I come from in Africa, students have got always discounts. Yeah. That is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So my other question that I will ask, that I'm sure a lot of people want to know, is the requirements. I know there are a lot of different schools with different requirements, but what can you say, like the basic ones that someone needs before they apply?
Okay, so I will talk about scholarship, like specifically on scholarship. So when it comes to scholarship, I break it down to my top three, or my advised three documents that you need to work on. Number one is your CV. So you need to work on your CV. You need to make sure that your CV have the skills and like the work experiences that is reflecting the great person you are. Like that is reflecting what you've achieved before. So that work experience, if it will be in line, let's say I'm studying nursing, although I have not done anything nursing related, but I've done some courses online about nursing, put it on your CV. If you have done some voluntary jobs on nursing caregiver, like carer, put it on your CV. Even if you have not done, and remember, like right now, most of the admissions are going to start by October. You have the time to start doing it. Even if you do it for 1 week, you write it. You just write it. You can just write it like 2022. Maybe you just write it something like July 2022. Who knows? They don't know if you are still doing it now or not. So yeah, so you try to like put the skills, try to like do extra certificates. And I know like some people might be worried about the age stuff. If that school can give you admission, then that means that except the scholarship specify that it is for so and so age, then you are not qualified for the scholarship. But if it does not specify and the school gives you admission, then you are also qualified to apply for the scholarship. So the only thing I advise is, one, your CV, make it look good, and try to do some certificates that are related to what you want to do in the future. Don't just relax. Moving abroad, it's more like they need to see something that you have that other people does not have, or that makes you different. So the
Yeah.
only way you can achieve that is by doing extra things. Like even though you're working, go online, search for one or two certificates, do it, study it, act on it, like do something, so that when you're writing, then you will tell them, this is what I've done. Even though I could not. Then the next document I would also propose is your motivation letter. So this one is gonna be a long talk. I think it's gonna be a long talk, but your motivation letter is very, very important. We can call it personal statement, personal intent, letter of intent. They call it a lot of things. They call it essay, but this is very, very important. So on this motivation letter, I know a lot of us don't know where to start. When I started, I don't also know where to start. I will also do something like, hello, my name is this, I am from this. That is how I started. But at the end of the day, I was just working on it, working on it, working on it. And that is what I tell my audience. You don't know where to start, it's okay. Just have that mindset that you want to be good on it. Go to YouTube. Just search on YouTube. Of course, at first the information will be like too much information. Like you don't know, you
Yeah.
don't really know, but just go back. Let the speed be like slow. Listen to it. Just listen to it. And while you're listening, be writing down be writing down some tips. Listen to how they start. Listen to their middle paragraph and listen to their ending statement. These three things, if you can be able to get this context, then you can start to write yours. So when you are able to like get as much information as needed for this motivation letter, just start practicing. Because there is something about this. If you read it, you will know that it's not that good. Something is missing. You will feel it. You will feel that it's not good. Then you will continue working on it. So if you are able to work on that motivation letter, then the next thing that you need is reference letter. So this reference letter, I usually tell my audience, provide at least two reference letter, except they specify you need to provide three. One reference letter or recommendation letter, one from your work and one from your school. If they did not specify anybody that will give you that, if you have two like workplaces, work experience, then get one from your first work and get another one from your second work. So on this reference letter, make sure they write the kind of person you are. Make sure like if somebody is reading it, they will see you from other people's eyes. So how I also tell my audience is that if your boss allows you to write it by yourself, write it by yourself and give them to help you to like go through it and know if it is okay to sign, and then they can sign it. Because if you tell them write this, it will be like too much request. So it's left for you to maybe write it and tell them, please help me to sign this because I want to use it for so so and so. And another thing that I also advise is that on that recommendation letter, if you have a stamp, make sure you stamp it because it will make it like really, really official and legal than just a random piece of paper and signature and all that. So it will also help you if you have a company letterhead, print it with the company letterhead. So it will prove that you really worked in this place because a lot of them are now kind of seeing a lot of people in Africa, like, they will put extra requirements because some people might use fake documents and all that. So if these ones will make your document look like really legal and really good. So these are the three documents. Other documents will be listed on the school website, which are just like your high school certificate or your bachelor's degree certificate. Basically, I cannot remember if there is any, maybe IELTS if needed, and I don't know. But your passport, and basically these three documents. So I think if you can be able to work on these three documents, the rest of them will be easier for you.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much. Because everything that you've said, it's almost the same with what I tell my audience to do with voluntary work or any kind of work that you do here in Germany. Like, I can't say other countries because I've just been in Germany. And it's like most of the times they need this motivation letter, this your CV. These are the things that I always ask people, like, make it so representable because those are the things that they really want to see. Thank you so much for explaining that. And we're just running out of time. We still have got like two more questions to ask. If you've got any questions, guys, please put them in the comment section. So the two questions, the first question that I have for you is, among, like, on your research, among all the countries, which are the best three that you would say you recommend someone to say, if you go for these three, at least something positive will come out?
Well, I would not really say because different conditions, different situations.
Okay.
So it really depends on what you want. So if you
Okay.
want like a low tuition university, then we can say something like Germany if you have the money for proof of fund. And also Norway is also free. Like I said, you also need your blocked account, but it's basically free. And then let's say something like maybe we have Portugal, we have Finland, we have Czech Republic. All these places are also low, really low money. We have Slovakia. These places are recommendable, like really low money. So it just depends on what you really want to go with. So
Okay.
the reason why I also, and Austria, the reason why I like these schools is that what I always think about when advising schools is, can I move with my family? Can I really move with my family? So this is what I always think about because a lot of people want to move with their family. So yeah, I think these places will be like good places and cheap places for one to move to if they want to consider Europe.
Okay, that's very wonderful. You heard it all. So the last question that we're going to have is the last remarks, like what are your tips that you can give someone who really wants to study? Like what, like the tips, like the advice that you can give someone who wants to start studying in Europe?
Yeah, well, I believe that everything is possible. Even if you even if you think that this information is like too much, I have witnessed a lot of people that have gotten this, like they have if it is my audience said I want to give my testimony. They have given their testimony. It's all about research. It's all about hard work. If you can be able to put your like a lot in this research, your motivation letter, your essay, meeting professor, talking to professor, no matter, I know that there will be rejection. I have been rejected several times. I have been rejected like so many times. There was a time I really got sad. I just cut off myself from everything. I was so sad. But at the end of the day, no matter how sad you are, you have to get up and continue. So even though you will get a lot of rejections, but those rejections, let it be a motivation to you. Let it be something that will make you to like look towards what is wrong with my application. Don't look to why did they do like maybe they don't like me. No, something is wrong. Even if it is the tiniest thing, look for that thing, search it on your application and try to upgrade it. If you really want to go through study pathway, I would advise you watch videos mainly on study pathway. Look at those people that are successful, look at their story, listen to their advices and implement it. Of course, some of their advices might not be doable, but just do the one that you can do. Just
Yeah.
do the one that you can do and also put everything in prayer. Yeah.
Exactly. Almost all the same advice that I always give people. You know, you need determination. You need to try because even me, anyway, today is not about me, it's about you. But even me, my story behind me being here, it's not been easy. Like I had so many rejections. It took me a year plus for me to find the best way to come. So I think we need determination and just put in everything and it's going to work. And don't forget, put everything in prayer. Okay, so Cherry, we're now done with all the questions. Thank you so much. I'm so
All right.
grateful that you do this with me. We've taken about 28 minutes. As I can see on the comments, we do not have any questions, so I can't ask anyone. We can't answer to any questions. But then I'll just like ask you maybe if you've got any last words that you want to say before we end this.
I would also want to say that you keep on doing the good work that you're doing, trying to help people because I know how hard it is, like to come up with topics and everything. And
Yeah.
hopefully we will be able to help people achieve their dreams and like get a better life out there. Yeah. And
Thank
it's
you
so
so
nice
much.
to be here.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. It's exactly 30 minutes, so we worked according to our time. Thank you so much, Sherry. We're going to end
All
now
right.
this live. Yeah. Till next
All
time.
right.
Bye.